Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the 21st episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. We are all so happy to have you here. Oh my god, and there's already a raid. Jeez, we just jumped in to the stream. Let's start off with a raid. Welcome everyone from Sally Quinn Creations. Sally Quinn painted herself as Lae'zel from Baldur's Gate 3 today, and then played some Baldur's Gate. Of course, why am I telling most of you that? A lot of you were there watching. Isn't she cool? Well, welcome to the stream. If you enjoyed all that Baldur's Gate content, welcome to what inspired it. We are playing through... Oh, goodness, I forgot to change. Bad me. I forgot to change the title information after my previous one-shot. I am a bad, bad man.
We're all kobolds now. All of us, we're all kobolds.
I'm gonna change that. The wild, nothing like live editing to fix things, guys. And now you'll get to see the name of tonight's episode be typed in real time.
It's showing it on mine what it said.
Oh, it said something. It just said the wrong thing. It said Rise of the Red Scales.
No, mine says to Regicide or not.
No, that's in the Twitch title. I'm talking about on the actual stream.
Okay, sorry.
To Regicide or not to Regicide.
Up there.
Yes, that one. Nothing like live fixing of things. As you might have noticed, friends, we are down one player, but Gromp shall remain. I think I can probably do kind of his voice. So Gromp is going to take a back seat, except when necessary. So, before...
Vocal flop fry plus gargling mouthwash.
Yeah, nothing like vocal fry. Before we do jump into tonight's stream, a few of the usual announcements. First of all, this is an 18-plus stream. Please be aware of that. There will be cursing, there will be probable drug use in-game, and certainly drinking and smoking out of game. So it's not for kids. Please clip your favorite moments. We love seeing those clips. And eventually, Misty Mountain was planning on doing a little giveaway for the best of those. Not sure if that's still happening, but hey, even if it isn't, just do it anyway, because we appreciate it.
It means we get to laugh about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's all for us. Any other announcements anyone can think
You're
of?
beautiful, Ethan.
Oh, one luck point to Wraught. Oh, she got there before. Don't forget to bribe your DM, kids. All right, fine. Well, with no further ado, then, let's roll that intro video for tonight's Wild Beyond.
Yeah.
When we last left the Wylde Things, they had discovered that the thing that brought them to the Feywild, whatever that may be, and it differed for each individual, though you all did have a collective goal of trying to figure out what had happened to the Archfey Zybilna. But your goal, you have discovered, is not here in this section of the Feywild that has been called Hither. And as a result, you need to leave. But there's a complication. A wall of fog and mist enshrouds Hither, separating it from the rest of the Feywild. And according to the people with whom you have spoken, there is only one real way to get past the wall of fog and mist, and that is via hot air balloon. So, here in Downfall, a town of bullywugs, frog people, above which resides the hag Bavlorna. You all are currently trying to do what you need to do to get access to a hot air balloon. But it's not so easy. You see, a hot air balloon really has two major parts, the balloon and hot.
You can call them a hot commodity.
They are indeed a hot commodity.
Negative inspiration.
One begrudging luck point. But you need to acquire both the balloon and the gas to power it. The gas is controlled by Bavlorna, and for that, she has asked two things in return. One, the shipment of animal bodies that she uses for taxidermy. And two, retrieving her stolen book of bad blood, big book of bad blood, which up until recently had been stored in the vaults of the sinking palace. As for the balloon, you managed to befriend Duke Ikrend, who works at the balloon factory workshop here in Downfall. Unfortunately, before your arrival, the workshop seemed to have been partially burned. But with your help putting out the lingering fires, and in exchange for your help getting the supplies Duke Ikrend needs to get the workshop back up and running, he agreed to give you a balloon. But you need the supplies. The supplies are controlled by King Gullop, and he has asked you to help him with his plan. It's a lot of things all tied together. King Gullop the 19th no longer wishes to endure all of the assassination threats, so his plan is to appoint his daughter and son as co-monarchs, because more targets means less death, I guess. In order to have that happen, though, he needs a majority of the votes of the nobles. So, you all completed one step of this process by becoming nobles yourselves, thus heavily weighting the vote in his favor. But in order to guarantee the result, you need two more votes. The easiest two, it would seem, would be the king's son, Glomp the 8th, and the king's daughter, Merva the 3rd. In order to get their votes, though, they informed you they need something in return. Glomp, an aspiring calligrapher, requested ingredients for a new ink, while Merva, an aspiring arcanist, requested some learning materials. You have managed to figure out where all of the necessary items are for this, but towards the end of last session, a complicating factor occurred when you went to retrieve the animals that were used for taxidermy, and you encountered a plot, a revolution brewing to overthrow, kill, and replace King Gullop the 19th with Baron Illig. Baron Illig, in exchange for your help, promised as well to get you the balloon that you wanted. And so you all agreed to aid in his plan to remove King Gullop the 19th from the throne. And in agreeing to do so, agreed to a Fey Pact, which according to Baron Illig, would be quite punishing, if broken. It was here, with Kieren and Wraught going to run some quick errands, while the rest of you stuck behind and worked on the poison, partially, not entirely, but partially derived from ingredients found on Bodhi's shell, that we left you. And so we pick up with Gromp, Bodhi, Melon, and Otto still in one corner of this Bullywug hut. There are 4 other Bullywugs still in here, the 4 with whom you spoke: Glorig, Grundlekrantz, Gullabek, and Baron Illig. Melon, you were helping Bodhi because he can't reach all of the ingredients on his shell. And as you were extracting the ingredients that he instructed, you noticed something on Bodhi's shell. There are a few empty patches where there weren't before.
Remind me, didn't Bodhi give up like a flower?
Yes, he did.
Oh, well.
Okay. So, the four of you are...
Not my shell, not my business.
Not my shell, not my business. That's the old saying. So, the four of you are here, and it, like I said, it will take about an hour to go through, the grinding process and everything to get these mushrooms and fungi down to their most toxic state. Is there anything the four of you wish to do right now?
Oh. Otto on his hand race. Sorry.
You should add some berries in there to make it sweet so you can't taste the poison.
And he just kind of like continues, kind of like sad grinding it. Do you really think we should do this? I think when I agreed, my brain had forgotten that we had agreed to something else. Like when it has a hiccup and then you say, oh yeah, that thing. Like when sometimes you hear people say stuff and then you go, huh? And then they begin answering and then you realize what they said. Like that.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand the last half of what Bodhi said. No offense, Bodhi.
Oh,
but
sorry
I kind of agree. Do you think we could step outside really quick? It's a little warm in here. Maybe we could talk out there.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
So
No.
you all step out. And as you step out, Gromp looks at you all after the door is shut. So are we, helping... What? Can someone tell me why we're helping to kill this king? Other than the hot air balloon. I get that part. I get the hot air balloon part. But didn't we have another way to get the balloon? Isn't that why we fought to become nobles? Otherwise, it was fun, but why did we do that?
Yeah, I remembered that too. After we signed the Fae Pact.
It's just a Fae Pact. What I've broken. I'm not proud of it, but I've broken promises before. What's the worst that it's gonna do? Gonna get really
shouldn't
angry?
Be a habit, Gromp.
It's not a habit that I want, but I also don't want killing. Looks around as a few bullywugs are walking, or they're reclining lazily on a lily pad that has started to get a little close to the edge of the lake where you all are, and he just stops and waits for them to pass.
The worst that could happen is death.
It's not gonna be that, is it? It's not gonna be that, is it?
A life for a life.
Otto.
I also don't think they're capable of doing this. Even if we do help them, they probably still will fuck it up somehow. And no, that's what just happened. It just happened. They'll fuck it up somehow. It's fine.
But hold on.
Bodhi.
Oh, go ahead.
What if you made it into a jam? That's way tastier.
We don't have time to pasteurize it to make a jam. That's the thing.
That's
jelly?
That's the biggest concern.
Well, Otto, you said that it's a bear's tour, make it taste good. I'm sorry, you don't sound like that. I can't make this sound like you're just so perfect and wonderful, Otto. Thanks for being my friend. Anyway, what I was saying about the berry thing, man, is that maybe if we cut this down, I know what a pretty lethal dose of my own juice is, you know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if we can cut this down, make the dosage a micro dosage, say we did the thing, not have to break the Fey Pact or kill anybody. I mean, worst that could happen, it gets really bad diarrhea.
But, hold on, that raises a question. If I kind of think, and this is just me, but I kind of think maybe them fucking up the plan. Wait a minute. So if there's chaos, how do we get our balloon?
We ask them first. We get what we need first. Then they can do what they need to do. We walk out scot-free. And we get up out of here. That's it.
Never return. This place is complicated.
They got shit to work out, they really need an unbiased source to mediate their issues. Unfortunately, I think their arrogance is too inflated at this point in time. Man, people are hard.
Honestly, the kids are probably the smartest ones here. And the nicest ones.
I don't know, that princess seems like a bitch. I didn't say that. I'm sorry.
So
That was derogatory. I didn't mean to.
Idea. It's just an idea. I keep prefacing that because I'm the DM, and I'm trying to play Gromp honestly, but I don't want you to think it's the DM suggesting it. This is genuinely Gromp. So you said the kids, I haven't met them, but if they're okay, and what if we do both? So that we don't break the Fey Pact, but we're also not, directly responsible for, or we're not around, at least, when Gullop is killed. So what if, Bodhi, you say that it takes a long time, the poison has to steep for, a week. We go do the jobs for the kids. We do the votes. They become co-monarchs. Then, even if... Looks around again. Then, even if that frog guy does kill the other frog guy, there are still 2 other monarchs. We didn't break our pact, there's no chaos, and we're out of here before anything bad happens.
That sounds the most reasonable, but it's it's very different how I would do it.
How would you do it?
You don't want to know.
Very helpful, thank you, Melon.
Oh no, it'd be gruesome, grotesque, cruel, and delicious.
And delicious.
There. God damn it.
Oh, Odie. Where are those other flowers that you gave to the merchant? Because I thought those would make a good flavoring thing.
Wait, which flowers?
The one that you gave to the traders.
I don't have any more of those, man.
Oh, is that why you're bald?
It's a little cold back there, Bodhi.
Yeah, and he kind of he rubs his arm and he kind of clams into his shell a little bit. Yeah, he kicks a pebble at his foot. I didn't even talk about it or anything. I thought it wouldn't be that big a deal. See, I got some of these seeds, man. And I thought that, just put the seeds back there. It'll just root and it'll grow, do what it normally does. Man, I've planted 2-3 seeds back there. Nothing's wanting to do nothing. I can feel when it's vibing with the soil, man. You know what I mean? That they're vibing. Nothing goes on back there.
Hey, wasn't that 2 hours ago?
Yeah. It acts quick, though. It's not like other things. This is fey magic back here, man. It just fucking sprouts to adulthood. No time for that.
Poke at it. Poke at the bald spots.
So,
with Druidcraft.
So with Druidcraft, you managed to create the same flower. At least one that looks the same. You never exactly analyzed exactly what species it was. But you managed to create one that looks the same. The only problem is it can't root. on there. Like, you place it on there, it can sit there.
Oh, no.
Like a plant toupee.
Bodhi was saying that there were seeds in there. It's like I was poking, and it was like seeing if they were growing and accelerate.
You make them grow, but again, they don't.
Oh.
They don't take root, and they mature really quickly because of your druid craft. You watch them bloom, and for a second, you think it works, and then they just kind of, as the wind blows, they just kind of come off of Bodhi's shell.
Well, I know the flowers are your friends, but you have us, so we can replace the flowers. Just us.
Or a different one.
That's nice. I'm not going to give any of you guys away, just so you know.
Appreciate that.
I'm going to take like some out of my main, and then there's more there just after I grab them. I'm going to shove them in there.
So what do these flowers from your main look like? Because if they root successfully, these might be new members of the garden on Bodhi's back.
Little sunflowers.
Which ones?
Little sunflowers.
Little sunflowers.
Are they
Just
like little baby ones?
Yeah.
Ah,
So like black-eyed Susans?
blah.
I don't know flowers.
Yeah,
My mom would be so upset at me for
I
not
don't know
knowing.
flowers.
I don't know stuff. It's the one with the petals.
I don't know plants.
I vaguely recall speaking with Morgan about this, and he was saying like mini roses and like sunflowers and stuff, like very
And
strong scented things.
So you put these where they're still like Bodhi. The section of Bodhi's shell where those flowers have withered is a little strange because there is like earth on the back of his shell and moss for the plants to root and grow into and feed off of. So you put these mini sunflowers there, and using Druidcraft just to encourage the roots to speed up their growth. Could you, Melon, roll me a d20 plus your spellcasting modifier? The DC here is going to be 12.
19. 16 plus 3.
Bodhi, you can actually... So when the other flower was gone that you traded away, it was the best analogy I can give you is, you know that feeling when you like first shave your legs for the first time in a long time, and like the breeze on it and everything feels a little different?
Hurts.
Yeah, it's a weird sense. That's kind of what it was. And then it goes away and is replaced by a familiar but new sensation. It's a new friend.
Holy shit! And
They hunger for blood.
so his extremities were kind of like sucked into his shell, but then he goes, holy shit! And they all come out at the same time, and he's super jacked about it. And he turns to Melon and he goes, this feels amazing, man. I can't tell you. Man! And he throws his hands on your shoulders and he looks you in the eye. This is so nice of you to do.
I just put a flower on back.
Flower is my love language, man.
In multiple ways, I'm sure.
You
Okay.
are sharing the earth with your earth, my earth. It's friendship, man. We're bonded for life.
It's not Earth. This Earth.
And
Put down on the ground.
as the camera cuts away from the four of you here outside of this hut, doing this little regrowth and maybe contemplating your options. First, Melon, take 1 luck point for that. And we cut over to Kieren. You're heading back to the toadstool patch, which, again, just as a reminder, these toadstools vary anywhere from 2 feet to 6 feet or so in height, and they get taller the deeper into the patch. So in order to once again find the wood elf Octavian that you encountered before, you have to push a little bit into the toadstool patch. But fortunately, He's relatively easy to find just by the sound of his sorrowful flute playing.
Love the transition.
Oh, thank you.
Magic.
Yeah, give myself a luck point. But you follow the sound once again. He hasn't moved. He is still very much as you found him, leaning against one of the toadstools. He has a dual-stemmed flute. And this time he doesn't stop immediately as you approach. He does cut his eyes your direction and then just immediately returns to playing.
Kieran's going to walk over to him, just kind of kneel down. Not like right up against him, but kind of close, and wait until there's kind of a lull in the song to be able to ask him a question.
As you sit, he finishes the little section, and then he sets it down with just a big... Hello.
Hi. So, just to make sure that you know that we're, serious about this, what do you think Pavlorna might be using your heart for? I mean, where she have it, what she could be using it for, to just kind of narrow down where it might be?
I can't honestly say that I know. All I can do is guess.
Did your heart have special properties or something?
More than I apparently appreciated at the time.
Well, hot damn, that's deeper than I was expecting.
All I can do is guess based off of what I know of her. I spoke with her not much, but it's possible. When I was in her room negotiating, she did have trinkets, baubles, trophies scattered everywhere. Maybe she kept it as a trophy. I gave her trouble. It's possible she wants to gloat about it. I don't honestly know.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll be looking around.
You don't have to. It was my choice to make the bargain in the first place. I don't know you. And you don't know me. You owe me nothing.
Take it from somebody who at some point also didn't understand or appreciate emotional depth. It's something that came to me after, I suppose, a divine act. But thinking back to how that was versus now, the difference is astronomical. And so everyone else can be walking around here just every day, taking emotional consciousness for granted. And as soon as it's gone, they don't realize what's really missing. So yeah, we don't owe you anything. We happen to be going there. And typically, no, I wouldn't frankly give a damn. But I know what, or at least close to how you're feeling. And that's a personal hell that I don't want to return to. And I wouldn't wish it on others that know what happiness and love feel like.
I used to get told that I was quite empathetic. I didn't realize how much that was true or how much I took that for granted until I stopped feeling. It is unfortunate that that happened to you too. And it is good that it no longer is.
Yeah, it's frustrating sometimes, but it's worth it. So if we can, we will. And he'll just wait, here for a few minutes in case Octavian starts another song. He'll sit through probably one song or so and then head back to the rest of the group.
Okay. So as Octavian looks like he's about to continue talking, but then just falls into silence and eventually picks up his flute once more, we fade from Kieren and Octavian. And we cut to Wraught as Wraught finishes crossing one of the wooden bridges that leads from muddy patch to muddy patch that make up Downfall, and heads back towards the large storm cloud balloon that has also been set up as Trinket Bauble and Charm's shop. And so as you head back and get closer, you once again see the two individuals who were working the shop, Trinket and Bauble. They're still wearing their gray, almost raincoat style attire, faces covered to here, grayish skin visible a little bit underneath. And you head back. They give you a quick glance just to acknowledge that you're approaching, and Trinket returns to picking his fingernail or their fingernails with a knife, while Bauble is busying himself with something in the basket of the balloon.
I'm back. Doesn't it look good on me? And she's gesturing at the monocle.
Yeah, great.
You two strike me as people of intellect who might have your fingers in a couple pies and know, all the good things that's going on.
Trinket, she says we're people of intellect.
And the two of them guffaw with each other over that a little bit.
Okay, let's assume that's true.
In comparison to the locals, it's definitely true.
It's a better compliment before you said that, but fair.
The king has something, or had something, I suppose, that I want. And it's not in your stock, but I'm curious if you've ever heard of the Big Book of Bad Blood.
You ever hear that?
I never heard of that.
He's never heard of that. He's heard of everything.
And this is your mistress's balloon, correct?
Well, I mean, we work together. I think there's a portion of it that probably belongs to us, in a small degree, maybe like that back corner might be mine, but mostly.
I'm just gonna stare silently at them.
But yeah, mostly it's hers.
Do you think she might know about such an interesting artifact?
They just kind of looks back and forth.
Huh? I don't know. You could ask her, but I wouldn't.
Great, where is she?
Doing her business.
In the balloon? Where?
Not in the.
It is, a balloon. You can see the entirety of it. So he kind of.
Yeah, but I've never been in a balloon. Maybe there's stairs in there. It's a storm cloud made of lightning.
You're right. You're totally right. Why would it have to obey those? It's a triple decker, actually.
Look at dirigibles. They got stairs in there.
You're totally right.
And then
it
she
should
comes
have been a
downstairs
storm
and turns
cloud
out I'm just
dirigible.
right about everything.
Oh, that would have been so cool. But
You can still do it.
She
you can
is
still do it right now.
dirigible.
No, she is attending to her business, which, coincidentally, is none of yours.
It's mine if it's something that I'm interested in procuring, and you are shop owners.
Yeah, still not that much. You want to buy something here, though?
Hold on to that spellbook for a little bit longer. I'm so tempted.
Oh, yes, I'll fight off the... Hey, all the rest of you, back off! She claimed the spell book!
There's no one around.
Got him!
You did say the business was slow here, I agree. I think she's gonna kind of walk off muttering to herself about the fact that it was in the palace basement and the king doesn't know what happened to it. But wait a second. How is there a basement in a swamp? This is like shit that she's muttering about.
Yeah, they can go underwater.
Swamp.
If the balloon can have multiple stories, the swamp can have a basement.
You're not wrong.
They could just keep building the new castle on top of the old castle because it's sinking to the swamp.
Built a new one, fell over, sank to the swamp.
So are you
All right,
heading
I'm rather
away?
unsatisfied and sparking a little bit from it. I think she's going to slowly pick her way back across the mud, and every single time she picks up her foot, she goes prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
Your foot just gets cleaned and dirtied and cleaned and dirtied. And because of the distance difference from where you started and the toadstool patch and the shop, Wraught, as you are walking back towards where you left your companions. Oh, I think a cat thing just happened. I was going to say, you run into Kieren as Kieren is walking out of the toadstool patch, but we'll jump back to that. So, Otto, Melon, Bodhi, and Gromp, what y'all doing?
Talking about the ways to cook frog legs.
You,
No,
Okay.
I'm not, I swear.
You get one of those. You get one of those next time you're doing it.
Yeah.
You guys want to go talk to a tree?
I thought you would, or anyone would never ask. Let's do that. I would like that very much.
We have to go to that big one over there, and I'm just going to point to the direction.
Ooh. Kind of want to climb it.
The other direction. Oh, that one.
That way, bro.
Got it.
That way.
Got it.
Yeah.
You want to go, Melon?
Should we tell them that we're leaving? Will us leaving break the Fey
We
Pact?
probably should finish this though first,
Oh, yeah. And as Bodhi,
yeah.
and then
Those
tell
two-
them it takes time to ferment. I think is what you were drawing to. Yeah.
So, are you doing
and
that?
additionally, he also, as when Bodhi gets up and he's got his mortar and pestle and he's, ground up this plant. He dumps some of it out. And he goes, "Oopsies, sorry about that, clumsy me." And then he goes, a little extra out, just a little. Yeah, that should be about. That should be about right. There we go. They can't do too much harm. And it does take
doses.
24 hours. 24 to 48? 24 to 48? What do we say? Up? 3 days.
60.
3 days.
I don't know more numbers.
I think 3 days is a reasonable amount. I don't want to stretch it too much because I don't want to be spreading false information if it's still possible. But yeah, it's gonna take 3 days for this here to maintain full potency, which still wouldn't kill him, but it'll make him pretty sick.
So. Oh, Otto.
But just for clarification, the straight potency stuff is fast acting, correct?
I mean, just a normal digestion period. I mean, as it goes into your system, of course.
Okay.
So, I mean, a reasonable amount of time, but no longer than I'd say hour and a half.
All right.
Depending on the dosage.
Okay. Otto's gonna take some of his arrows and dip them into the stuff that Bodhi dropped.
Oh.
So I will say
my.
with the amount that Bodhi dropped, you are able to have enough to coat two arrows. So what those will do will be a DC 13. So you can note down that you have 2 poison arrows. DC 13 con save. If they fail, is an extra 1d6 poison damage, and they're poisoned for a round. Question, though, for you, Bodhi. I just want to make sure I heard and understood you correctly.
Oh, I didn't like the way you said that. Okay, go ahead.
Did you say that the amount that is currently left in what you are going to give the Baron is not enough to be fatal?
Yes.
Cool.
I said that, but what?
Good to know.
But like,
Put him in a coma.
yeah.
We promised that we would help kill him is the thing, so I feel like giving him something that doesn't kill him is not going to accomplish the pact. Which Kieren would have said sorry if he got back, but I'm not there.
I mean, but if he's all loopy doopy and then someone comes up and stabs him, I think we fucking helped. You know what I'm saying?
And
so I think
I'm actually very happy that you phrased it as you did just now, Sarah. And that is, you did agree to help. You did not agree to do it all yourself. And something that would poison him and make him weaker would certainly aid in the process.
And we did say to loosen the bolts on the chair that he uses in case something makes it accidental and looks like an accident and natural causes.
That
I'll do
natural
that.
causes.
that phrasing is
Natural causes.
very, very helpful. Whew. Okay, so you head inside. You pass over what you managed to, or the amount that you felt like passing over. I do need you, Bodhi, to make me deception check for a couple things that I assume you would be telling him. One was how long it takes to ferment and gain full potency. So that's definitely deception.
Oh my. Okay. $18.
So you head in and you inform the Baron and his cohorts of the time requirement. And you said how long? 3 days?
Yeah.
3 days? That's so long, said the one who was guarding the door. I won't wait here for 3 days.
3 days will have to do. Patience. Thank you for your assistance. Now, as long as you don't get in our way, we can take care of the rest.
Oh, what about bodies for B?
Ow! Yeah. And he had actually been sitting on the crate that had it, and he just stands up and kicks it.
All yours. Send my love. From the future king of the Soggy Court.
And he looks very excited and very proud of himself.
I can't write.
Just,
And he just shoos you out, essentially. And Wraught, we jump back to you as Kieren, you step out from the toadstool patch, and Wraught is essentially crossing the bridge nearby you. You also see, so Wraught is to your right, you also see to your left, a little bit in the distance, just barely visible through the fog, you can see across the short additional wooden bridge your friends exiting the hut that they were in, and directly across from you is that very large barkless tree. So that's your general layout of where you all are right now.
Prestidigitation. I'll walk up to Kieren and kind of stop. So, what do you think of them?
Them is a very broad term.
Points over at the group. Not Melon, I know what you think of Melon.
I like them. They're easier to get along with than most other people that we've met. Everywhere else. Like, I wouldn't say, I'd die for him or anything yet, but, I enjoy having them around. I don't feel like I'd leave them in a ditch if one of them got, shot with an arrow or something.
I guess that's
High praise coming from me, though.
say middling praise. We found them at a carnival, and they just kind of stuck. They're sticky people.
They're burrs in your fur.
If I had.
You don't have fur anymore! Oh shit! I don't have scales. God. Okay. You win some, you lose some. Alright, but
And the two of you just hear, "Hi, Rod! Hi, Kai!" As Gromp just waves from across the low bridge.
Who's that old man who's waving at us?
Oh, that's right. He looks old.
He's old with a bald spot.
I forgot he looks old even though he doesn't feel it. Hey, Rod! Hi, Kieren!
Go back to your retirement home, old man.
How many times do we have to tell you this?
See, I like them. How many times do we have to tell you this, old man? Yeah, see, I like him.
She's just like standing there, like squeaking and kind of waving her hands around for a second about those people. But it's just they're. I feel like I have to. Okay, especially Otto. He keeps giving me this really disappointed look, and I don't like it.
It's because Otto's apparently a good person or something like that. I'm not sure what the standard for that is, but, we're us. We know us. But, we'll deal with it when we're not in the middle of a swamp. He's gonna, actually grab her around the waist and pick her up so that he can drag her back over to the group, and so her claws don't have to be in the mud.
All right. So,
But her tail and her wings definitely drag the whole time you're doing this, so she ends up muddy anyway. She's surprisingly heavy.
So the six of you just kind of meet on the opposite end of the little wooden bridge right next to Baron Illig's warehouse. And Melon is, as you approach, is currently carrying on his shoulder the box that you previously saw with the... And it smells, by the way, to all of you.
That smells so good. What is in that?
Corpses.
Oh, sorry. Did I say good? I meant bad. I really definitely meant bad.
Why do you like the smell of dead things?
You eat them.
You eat dead things?
All meat is dead.
Kai's gonna smile again, and you didn't see it because you were already unconscious with... actually, no, because he wasn't facing you with the Agden fight, but when Kai smiles real big, he's got some sharp fucking teeth.
They are carnivorous, my friend.
Satyrs have sharp teeth? What?
Maybe.
Have you ever French kissed a satyr?
I've never really kissed anybody. That's not the point. That's...
Do you wanna? Oh, sorry, that was my outside voice.
Oh.
Not in front of Gromp.
I mean, I'm cool with it. If Otto and Kieren are cool with it, who am I to judge?
Who wants to kiss a toothless old bugbear?
I did.
He has teeth.
In his old age, look, does he still have teeth?
I think you
Some.
Roll for teeth!
He has 75% of his teeth. And he just...
The same amount as normal.
No, Gromp was very known for his smile back at the carnival, so this is kind of... Buddy, how long is it supposed to last?
I don't know. Not the worst thing that's
Right,
happened to me
remember.
from eating mushrooms, though.
We've got a geriatric in the group now. But either way, we're all back together. I talked to Octavian, trying to figure out where his heart might be. Had a very weird, in-depth conversation. Now I feel like I have to consider my own life choices and the whole concept of consciousness. So that's cool. I'm a compartmental.
I'm sorry to ask you to do this, Sarah, but at least on my end, your camera lagged really bad. Would you mind repeating that because I want everyone to be able to hear it?
Sounds good. Okay, glad we're all back together again. I went and talked to Octavian. We had a really in-depth conversation about life and the burden of consciousness and like being alive. So
Yes,
I'm gonna
wasn't it?
compartmentalize that for later because he didn't have a lot on where his heart might be. So
But
that's
it's good.
fine.
It's
What
good
did-
he's talking. It's good he's talking. I'm
Oh
proud
yeah,
of you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But kind of like the same way that Clapper Claw is talking, where it's like, I would rather you not. So what did you guys?
Healing.
So did you guys finish anything? Did you guys do the poison? Wraught, what the fuck did you do?
I got told I was pretty.
It's nice. It's true.
She's lying out of her ass.
Yeah, you
That's
finished
nice.
poison.
Somebody gave you a compliment.
But
Yes,
I'm
it happens
assuming-
so rarely.
You're correct.
I'm assuming you guys did the poison thing, so we've done that. We've got a couple things that we need to address now. And he's gonna like pretend to pull out like a little notebook and like put on imaginary glasses. Like, all right, first order of business is what the fuck revolution. Cool. Also.
Yeah, we're not going to
okay,
be
so-
here for that, by the way. So, we're not.
Okay.
Oh,
We
which we
have a
were.
gestational period for our poison for 3 days. It's not 3 days, it's a lotus.
Do you want to get cursed? That's how you get cursed.
We kind of have to be here for it because after they do the thing, then they'll give us the wood for like actually getting the balloon.
no, we get
We
wood
don't
from
have
the
to be
king.
here. We could go like on vacation.
So like go
to
hunt down
the
Egdon, for
woods.
example, and get
Yeah.
back to Buffalo's head. Do we want to do that, or do we want? Oh, we actually should probably give the bodies to Buffalo, and that means I can go find Octavius's heart. Octavian.
And didn't king say he'd get us wood?
Yeah, but the king's gonna be dead.
Not
No,
before
like
we-
later today.
Okay, so
Two
Are we-
wood.
trying to like get his votes first.
Yes.
Yeah, do his thing, and then they do their thing when we're gone.
Okay, so we're getting the votes.
So just to clarify, you put us in a situation where we're not doing one person's thing instead of the other. We're doing everybody's thing for them and then letting it kind of shake out after we leave.
If we're gonna be if the king's gonna be dead, I don't want to have to do anything for his kids.
Nope.
I'd rather deal with that later and let them sit on their thumbs for 2 days or whatever.
Bodhi, why do you have that face on?
Because I had some really important news to discuss with you, but I feel that it's tainted by the thoughts of revolution and regicide.
I'm gonna reach forward and use my claws to pinch Bodhi in his nostrils and pull his
Ooh.
head down to my level.
That.
Inside
Bodhi.
Bodhi's head is hot.
He said, "Who?"
Bodhi,
Yep. Ooh.
what did you do?
I did. Well, first of all, I didn't do anything. It was more the absence of doing. Ow! Can you just? Okay, you're gonna cut it. You're gonna cut it. Later. The plant that grows on my back that's poisonous. You have to have a specific amount, like dosage wise, in order for it to be potent enough to kill someone. So I give them less than they needed so they can kind of figure it out fair shake, you know? I mean, there's no justice, you know, man? So anyway, but really what I wanted to share with you is take a look at my back! And he starfishes out again. He fucking turns around and you see, he kind of like just shakes his shell a little bit. You see the wiggly one? It's rooted, but it's not rooted. It's from Melon. Isn't that nice?
It's so nice. Bodhi,
That's what you
also, I'm going to kill you, turn you into soup, and eat you out of your own shell.
Wait, what?
That's not nice.
Oh.
Why? Because I have pretty flowers on my back?
Because if
What are you having for me?
now we have to do the children's errands, because if your poison doesn't work, then we're not getting our wood from anyone.
Well, did you want the guy who was planning to kill his own king to be king? What the fuck, Wraught?
Do I look like I care who's king here? This
No.
is a swamp town. Why do I care who the king is?
Well, I
The king
care
can be
because...
that regular frog sitting right over there. That regular frog. That 3-inch tall frog.
Oh, an actual frog.
Not the king.
That could
You wanna be the
new
fucking king?
So, just for what it's worth, you point and say, that frog, that actual frog, and it, like, expands its thing on its neck a few times, and then, hello.
Your Majesty.
You're fucking king now. Congratulations. Well, anyway, what's done is done, so, like... I mean, better to get the brownie points, I guess. Because I actually want to come back here, man. I like swamps and shit.
You want to come back here?
I like dirty water, okay? There, I said it. I find it very comforting.
And the king's son's not that bad. He's a really nice guy.
And his daughter's a bitch, and I hate her and want her to die.
Oh, yeah. Well...
And yet, we have to pander to her little baby needs to get the vote, to get the wood, to get out of here. Because of Bodhi. Because if the king doesn't die, we're not getting our wood from anyone.
Man, it just felt inky, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
I just didn't feel right letting somebody die. Helping someone kill someone. A totally different thing.
Which is what we agreed to do.
Which it is. My friend, thank you very much for bringing that to our attention, because yes, that is correct.
How much wood does it take to...
And Melon thought it's a good idea. Didn't you?
I told you what I thought.
Yeah. Well,
It would be
that is
violent, messy,
blood-
cruel, and delicious.
destruction. Yeah, well, I mean, come on, man.
To be
Keep
fair,
that
though,
up.
it was my idea.
To be fair, though, it was my idea, and at the time, Melon did say that it was the best idea so far, other than his messy one. Don't lie, Melon. You said it was a good idea.
Yeah, man.
Gromp, come here. Come here, Gromp.
Yes, my child.
I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna... You've lost tooth privileges. I'm gonna lean in and pull out another one of his teeth.
You reach to pull it. It does not pull out because he's not actually old.
That's right.
He looks it. So even like as you do that, like where there's a gap in the teeth, your finger actually comes in contact with a tooth that isn't there. It's
an illusion. We
hallucinatory.
can beat on him.
No, I'm ancient and withered. Respect your elders, Wraught. God. Small but feisty.
Alright, so now we have to help his children so we can get the wood, so that they can have a revolution.
It's a fetch quest, man.
Gromp pulls.
He's running errands.
Gromp strums.
You say you want a rev.
Good one, buddy.
Look,
Otto,
if
remind
the
me again, what did his
Beatles
son wants?
make sense in
Oh,
any place, it's the Feywild. And they're literal Beatles who play this music.
Well, I just need to get sap from the barkless tree. We gotta talk to him. He's kind of a little that way.
Right
a little
there.
bit iffy, right there. But you just gotta talk to him nicely. And then there's an octopus in the lake that I gotta get ink from.
All right,
I'm
Bodhi,
sorry,
you
not
love
this?
muddy, dirty, disgusting frog water. Why don't
I
you
do.
see about the ink?
I would love that very much. To have that is my... Yes. How do I do that?
Get in the lake.
I just go in it and... Here, octopus. What the fuck?
You're the one who knows all about the Feywild garbage. Look at this nonsense. You were like, be nice to plants, and a mountain stopped walking so we could climb on it.
Do you want to send Melon
okay.
with Bodhi if it's going to be going and talking to an octopus?
No, I'd rather have Melon with us so he can talk to a tree.
There.
Got it.
Let's send Gromp with Bodhi? He loves being wet and soggy and smelling terrible.
And Otto. So it's Otto, Gromp, Bodhi goes into the octopus, and the three of us deal with the tree.
You have to be nice to the tree. Talk nicely.
Oh, you better
I'm
fucking talk
always
nice to the
nice
tree.
plants.
Okay, good, because they tell all the other plants. Don't they, Otto?
Yep, they do. And honestly, Wraught, I really hope you don't fuck this up for me, because I really, really want to help him a lot, because he's actually kind to me. Okay?
We promised that they
Oh.
wouldn't get killed in the revolution. That's already a nice thing.
Holy shit, Otto just said fuck. He's serious.
Yeah.
I'm
so proud.
Okay, thanks.
Otto, we're gonna have a conversation later.
We're
Don't
not.
think you're gonna like it.
He
just,
slammed his door on you, man.
just a little Aragon walking away. We're not.
It's either have the conversation or get lost in the Feywild. All right. Let's. What do we have to do with the tree? Why are we helping the? Okay, never mind.
Don't answer.
Tree. Let's go. All right. I know that I said Otto was a good person, but he's almost a little bit too good.
All right, so who is heading where right now?
Those three of us locals are heading towards that tree.
So, what three are heading to the tree?
Oh, that's three crazy ones.
Oh, okay. So the trio are heading to the tree. Bodhi is, I know, and Otto are the two of you
What?
going to try to... Wait, I'm sorry. I saw hands go for other things. So, hands up if you're heading to the tree. Okay, so those three are heading to the tree. Otto and Bodhi, where were you heading?
The puss.
Octopus.
Yes.
In the
Cool.
lake.
Just wanted to make
Yes,
sure.
with
All right, cool.
Yes.
So, as the two group, and Gromp will go with Otto, as the two groups of three split off with not very far apart from each other, because the tree is pretty much
Shouting distance.
on the edge of the lake. So the group of three heading to the lake to try to figure out where the octopus is only has to walk an additional 35 feet. But as you two groups kind of split up, one heading for the large tree known as Big Barkless, and one heading for the murky lake, let's take a really quick break so that we can be back here in just 5 minutes and see what happens with the group then. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, friends. Go get some water so you can hydrate. See you soon. And we are back. So, our group is split into two currently. So, let's see. Just for funsies, it seems so fitting, could Wraught and Otto, could the two of you roll me d20 checks to see who goes first?
Are we allowed to influence these?
No, this is straight just to see who goes first in terms of the events.
15.
15. What? I think you're muted, Rob.
Oh, you're still muted, I think.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I took a sip of my drink and realized it was straight bourbon.
Oh.
And it freaked me out. Can you tell me again what I'm supposed to be
Just a
rolling for? 'Cause
D20.
I got
Just a
freaked out by
D20.
my own drink.
You're good. Just a d20. That'll happen.
No modifiers.
15, and I don't know what I'm rolling for.
So re-roll, because you both got 15s.
It's just to see who's...
It's literally just to see which group we open with.
Would you believe me if I said I just rolled another 15?
I swear
I'll
to
do it
God.
again.
I rolled a 17.
Okay, I was about to say, man.
Come on.
All right, so we start with the three of you heading to the murky lake. So just a reminder, this lake is the center of Downfall. Directly above it, in absolute full view, is the cottage of Bavlorna, built on these tall stilts about 30 feet above the surface of the lake. And there is that wooden staircase that leads to like a small little platform in the middle of the lake. There are still several lounging, courtly bullywugs, some in small paddle boats, others on lily pads, as they just kind of make their way lazily around the lake, quite leisurely, a few of them smoking quite pungent herbs. And there is this lake here. You get to the edge of the lake.
All right. So,
Lake.
I was just told that there was an octopus in the lake, and I'm going to grab a nearby cattail. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cattail, and kind of just plop the water, because I know how to do things with animals to get their attention. If they're in there, I'm just gonna plop the water to make vibrations.
You reach down and you pluck this cattail, and you hear as you do.
God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
What?
Oh God, I'm so sorry. It made a noise. It made a noise. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
It's just a cattail. It's okay. It's okay. He makes a noise. It's okay. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm being real with you. I don't really know. I
It's
just wanna help
okay.
people.
Hey. We're gonna help him, okay?
I cussed it, Rod. I don't know how that's gonna end well. I don't know. But you know what? I did it. And I stand by what I did, but I'm really afraid.
I know.
Huh?
Look at me, man.
What?
You're doing a great fucking job, alright?
Okay.
It's
Okay.
okay if you let a little swear word slip out of your little mouth hole. It's okay. And Rod is very spicy. She's very loud and strong and spicy. She's spicy. And she knows if you're given spice, she can probably take it. It's fine. And you deserve to be spicy too.
Otto, have you ever had one of those, like, candies that's sour on the outside, and if you, like, suck on it for a while, it gets sweet on the inside?
Oh yeah, man.
Well, I think that is absolutely not what Wraught is like. So I don't even know why I brought that up, but she's not like that. I think she's just sour all the way. But you, I'm proud of you. You're doing... Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm proud of you. You're doing a wonderful job, young Otto.
And you can see that Gromp is starting to have fun with his new persona.
Oh,
Okay.
that's nice.
But do you know who you remind me of, like, your voice wise? Like, I remember when we had, like, it's when we stopped in that weird town outside of it, and there was this really, really old guy. He was just he looked really, really mean, but he smelled like garlic, and some other things and whatnot. But I can't remember his name. But he had a really, really cool hat. But he was really nice. But he was really grumpy.
Patchwork coat.
No, he had a like an assistant with him, but she was really nice. But she was really young. But yeah, it was cool. That's what you remind me of.
Well, I just thought I was doing a creative voice, but I'll change it.
Yes, better. Maybe I could do an old man, a high-pitched one, but
No,
No, that just makes me
hurt.
sad.
Oh,
That
that is giving me terrible vocal fry doing that. Oh God, can't do that.
And then the mushrooms wore off.
Yep. Yes, yes, Bodhi.
And all the rest of him is like sunken except the one hand. So, and he has this giant like in his mouth, and he points at the lake. So octopus is in lake. I'm gonna go in the lake. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay? Okay.
Yes, be safe,
Back in.
young Bodhi. You know,
And you just hear as you start to go into the lake, you just hear as Gromp turns to Otto.
when I was his age,
And you sink under the water. Could you make me 2 checks, Bodhi? Athletics first, and I need to know the result of that before you roll your investigation because it will...
Okay, what was the first one?
Athletics for swimming
Yeah, okay,
underwater.
thank you so much.
Now, you're a turtle. You can hold your breath for an hour. So that simplifies... It makes the negative consequences of failure a lot less negative.
$16.
16? Wonderful. So you dip down under the murky water and open your eyes, and you're able to see relatively decently underwater. And you just start... Big turtle strokes under the water, little back feet paddling under here.
Fucking vibing.
You don't get to swim often, and you're not the strongest swimmer in the whole world.
Oh, I'm terrible.
But in this exact moment, it feels peaceful. And there's some ancestral thing inside of you that still has that genetic memory. Now, could you roll me an investigation check? This is going to see if and how long it takes to find said octopus.
5.
We'll get back to you. And the camera, as
hours.
Bodhi is... I think you enjoy the first part of this swimming experience a little too much. And so
Oh
you get...
shit, what was I doing,
Yeah.
man?
You're a little high. You've had your hits recently.
Fuck
And
yeah.
so we just see Bodhi under the water like... And the camera cuts away and fades to Melon, Kieren, and Wraught. You all did not have to walk very far, and you've walked past this tree several times now. So you head back from it. It is on the left side of the path, while on the right side is that toadstool patch where you can still very softly hear occasional hints of Octavian's flute. So, you are here with the toadstools on the right and the tree on the left.
So trees.
And we promised we'd be
Okay.
nice to the tree, so we can't exactly go up and like 1-2 punch kind of thing.
Well, here's the thing. Nobody else is here. How are they gonna know if we're mean to the plants?
Our own
Where's the
internalized guilt.
Guilt? What the hell, Kai?
You're right. Okay, let's go. And I'd like to like walk closer to the tree.
Okay. how close are you wanting to get to said tree?
You know, like 5 or so feet from it, just to get a kind of a look of it.
So you all start to approach, with Kieren leading this charge. And as you approach, you see this gnarled old tree that you've seen that's growing on the shore of the lake. Somehow, it has lost all of its bark. And it is this pallid, whitish gray color.
Is it sick?
Is it sick? Is it dead?
There are a few withered leaves that still cling to the ends of its twisted, knotted branches. And one of those 4 clotheslines that you spotted, it has, nope, scratch that, that was a different note. There are...
Oh, no, please continue.
There is a clothesline that is just, it had been cut at some point and it's just dangling from one of the top branches. Speaking of the top branches, you also notice that they glint in the constant twilight of hither, as the sunset light glints off of this thick, viscous sap that clings to the top of the branches. And as Kieren, you start to get closer.
If I see the sap, I'll run back to Melon, grab a vial, and keep going.
Okay, so you get that, return. As you turn back with the vial and return from those holes that dotted the trunk of this gnarled old tree, you see now a couple figures, about yay big, that are poking out. They're humanoid. They have these glinting, pearlescent, some of them, others more insect-like, wings. And there's one that she starts to flap her wings and she flutters just a couple inches in front of the hole that she emerged from. She has this pale blonde hair, this over-exaggerated blush color on her high cheeks, and like I said, pearlescent wings. She's wearing leaves as clothing of sorts, and as she flutters out, "Oh, look! The Bullywugs are getting even uglier this year!" And another sprite comes out of the other hole, this one with more dragonfly-like wings.
Silly Bitsy, those aren't Bullywugs. Looks like dead animals Bavlorna has stitched together. You can tell by the smell.
I do have them right here.
You're right. It's the way their faces are all messed up really gives it away. And they just kind of...
I don't take criticisms from tiny snacks that don't satisfy me for an hour.
From tiny snacks that don't satisfy me for an hour.
They're really getting spicy in these packages, aren't they?
Oh, that's a spicy little snack.
Oh, it's a spicy little snack.
Look, they learned how to talk! And they just
Kai's like
cackle
seriously
to each other.
considering trying to grab one to eat them, but he's not gonna do it. He's just gonna try to approach the tree to see if he can like try to get some of the sap in a vial.
Isn't it high up?
Can I try to snatch one and eat it?
I thought I was the only one approaching it.
Well, it's up to you all.
Yeah. Snacks.
Snacks?
Actually, Ethan,
Yes?
does one of them get close to me, or are they all out of reach? Because he's only gonna do anything if they get really close to him.
No. They don't get too close to you. And, but Melon and Wraught, were the two of you approaching, trying to catch one of them?
I mean, how high up are they?
6, 7 feet?
Oh,
Relatively high
Leave
level?
it. They're just brats.
I'm probably gonna hang back and be like, because we saw the sap at the top of the tree, not the bottom, correct?
Correct.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'd probably need a boost from Melon.
Oh, Joe, I can just climb.
Just lift me up.
I mean, how high up is it?
Is
it high enough where a boost would work?
Not to get all the way up there. We're talking about, the lowest point of sap is probably about 20 feet.
I'm a goat. I can climb. I'm the climber. Just lift me up.
You're an idiot. Come here.
Just let me climb it.
I know you want to climb it. They're gonna pinch your bum. Look at them. They've got little pinchy fingers.
I don't care
Wouldn't
about
touch you if you paid me. Oh, God, smell them from here.
Exactly. It's no problem. Lift me up. I can climb.
As one of them just flies around your head as you start to climb.
Seriously, is the smell intentional?
Can I grab her?
You can make a... This will essentially be a grapple check. So go ahead and make me an athletics check, and it will be contested.
You wouldn't take a dex check for fast hands?
Well, it's also
boy.
securing.
That's nothing. It's 0 because
dear.
2 plus a -2.
Well, with a 22, just complete...
Oh, they are slow as dead things too, not just smelly.
Kyle just roll his eyes and keep climbing to get at the sap.
All right, make me an athletics check to climb up.
You know there's a much easier way to do this. Are you just showing off?
Can I do an acrobatics check for, jumping between branches instead?
Yeah, sure.
That won't be.
Because you are goat person. Otherwise, I would stick with athletics, but with that, yeah.
Guys, we have no, ability to re-roll, do we?
No.
There's no inspiration in this game, is there?
There's luck points.
Then
There's no
I
luck
rolled a
points on
6,
health.
so I'm gonna use all of my luck points. So I think I have some left over from last campaign, even though it's halved. So I think I have 4. I'm gonna use all of them to get a 10. Does anyone want to help me at all so I don't fall on my ass?
Sarah, I think we can each only offer you 2.
Well, I would say
So?
that if you were helping give a boost initially,
Yeah.
then I would allow advantage on that check.
Because you
I
did
will
request I do
absolutely
that
re-roll
earlier,
that shit
yes.
What the fuck? D&D Beyond is only rolling 2 2s and 1s. Can I just roll my own dice?
Hey,
I don't
I've
trust
had
D&D Beyond
I've had it
anymore.
with Lauren can tell you how many times it's happened to me on Baldur's Gate also. How did I miss 3 times in a row? Oh, because I rolled a
Sarah,
2,
you
a
know
1,
when
and a
I
2.
roll on D&D Beyond? In combat.
statistics.
You know when I roll with my fancy-ass dice for everything else?
You are just having... It's a little beyond your ken, actually, why you're having so much trouble climbing this tree. It doesn't really make sense to you if this is an ordinary tree. And as you are attempting to climb up and your hoof is coming down on Melon as he's pushing, trying to give you a boost.
Ow.
You also feel, Melon, some of the hair from your cheek get tugged
Yeah.
as one of the sprites just pulls at your hair and then flies back to one of the knots in the tree.
See, it's I want to eat them so bad, but we promised fucking
Bet you couldn't catch me if you
Brody,
tried.
that we would be nice to plants, and I think they live here, and I...
Oh, I promise we'd be nice to
Melon will catch you if you trip.
I'm assuming I'm bringing Kai back down
No,
now.
here's what I'm going to
Should I
say.
try climbing a different way?
Here's what I'm going to say.
I was-
With those luck points, you got a 10. You are not unable to climb it. It is simply difficult and taking time.
Boney's gonna be in the lake for a while, so
Yeah,
that's fine.
So you just now are being viciously mocked the entire trek up this by these sprites.
If the sprites get close to me, I want to keep trying to whap at them, so just whether or not I hit them, is up to you story-wise. If I smack them, I'll just be very happy about them.
Go ahead, and I would like you to roll 2 unarmed attacks.
Don't trust D&D Beyond. It lies.
You can't possibly fuck you 3 times.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can. I've been there.
That's a joke.
I've had this happen. I have rolled 3 nat 20s in a row. I've rolled 3 2s. It happens.
A 3 and a 5.
Wonderful.
I politely decline to save.
Mine is like, so it's like a 6 and like a 4.
Could you just describe yourself really quick as you're climbing? You're now, I'm going to say, about 5 feet from within reach of the sap, but in order to gather it, especially in sufficient quantities, you feel like you'll probably want to like perch on one of the branches or something so you can sit there. So you still got a little climbing to do. Could you just describe yourself as you're doing this?
As she's as Kai's doing that, I'm probably just down below, just keeping an eye and ignoring the fairies. So, like, unless they get near my face, and then it's like, you're going in my mouth.
Fittingly enough, very much like a spotter under a tightrope act at a circus, you are sitting here keeping watch. But Kieren, could you describe what you look like in this moment?
He looks so mad. Because he's like, what's going through his head is like, I used to be fucking good at this. I could climb goddamn mountains. I could climb anything. I could scale houses, go over trees with a single bound, and now I am fucking down to the point where I can't even climb a goddamn tree, right? Because I only have hooves and fucking fingers. He's just angry at himself at this point.
And so as you're attempting to hit these sprites and failing, my question is, are you, like, really attempting to hit, or are you attempting to do just like a little bat?
Given that he's trying to dedicate so much of his energy to climbing this tree, it's just kind of like when you're trying to bat flies away from your face, just like, get out of my face.
Got it. You, as you're just batting, like your hand just smacks into the tree, just a little. And as it does, and it's just a little thud, you hear a groaning sound of wood. And the branch that you're currently hanging on shifts ever so slightly. And we're going to cut towards Bodhi, Otto, and Gromp. Otto and Gromp, as we see split screen, the two of you on one side, and Bodhi, finally remembering to start searching. What are the two of you up to as you stand on the lake shore here?
Buddy, are you having a good time here? I know since we've been here, a lot of misfortune has happened to you, and I just want to make sure you're all right.
He, like, reaches up to his, where the bald patch in his chin would be.
Well, Otto, in my years, I've learned to take the good with the bad. When you get to be my age, that's really all you can do.
But no, if I'm being serious, I don't know. I think I'm probably going to get a good story out of it if we get out of it. So, that's good, I guess. I don't know, I constantly feel like I'm making people angry, and I don't mean to.
You're not making people angry. We're just with new people, and they're not used to you, and you're not a bad person at all.
I just felt kind of like useless. Like, you remember that fight with that other fucking rabbit guy, Agden? I was the last one standing. Which, don't get me wrong, he
was.
I didn't know it was me because Gromp had already gone down.
The last who had not done the negotiation. The last one to get knocked unco during
This
combat.
is stolen valor. I got his scarf.
Which, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely going to gloat about that to Wraught at some point, though in my luck, she didn't see it.
She got punched into a chair, but it was.
If I was... Does that mean I wasn't even helpful? Like, I didn't even get to help anyone?
No, bud, you did. You did help. It was just a lot that was happening, and we got him. He was looking real bad before I passed out.
He has my fucking hat.
Yes, he does have your hat. He has all of our stuff. He has a lot of our stuff. He has my bag and my necklace and other things.
Are we gonna go back and get that stuff, you think, before we leave?
Yeah, we are. We definitely are. Yeah.
I mean, I suppose worst thing that could happen if he beats us again is he just brings us back here. It wasn't that bad the first time.
He's not going to beat us again. All right? We work well together as a team when it comes to combat. Look at the arena we fought in. We all worked really well together.
We did. That was good.
Yeah.
And as you're sitting there, like, with the cattail still just kind of, like, idly slapping against the water, he just reaches down.
Not real.
He just seems a little discontent.
But look, there's plenty of ways that you can help. I know that your songs can heal people. I've seen it. You can bolster, like, people's spirits up and allow them to, like, try and, complete a task.
As you're giving him
good.
As you're giving him this string of compliments, he just suddenly interrupts you.
What about you, Otto? Are you having a good time? I mean, that's basically why I came, really, was to go with you, so what about you?
Yeah, I'm having a blast. I'm getting to learn a lot about myself. I got these new horns, which are kind of cool. They're shaped like a crown. I'm the Witch-like monarch, whatever that means here.
And ambassador. Now.
And I'm the ambassador. So I mean, I'm doing a lot for myself and getting to know a lot and learn. And I found out that I'm really, really good at fighting, which is very surprising, and I'm really good at it.
Were you springboarding off of people's chests in that other fight?
Yes.
That was so cool. Like, cinematic as fuck. I'm sure, if I knew what theatrical as fuck.
Well, no, I know what cinematic means. Cinematics, there's, if you get, like, the scrying orbs and stuff, you can watch, like, plays on the go.
I've heard of that. I haven't gotten one.
And as the two of you are talking about this, the camera then pulls in to Bodhi underwater. The luster kind of wears off Bodhi. It is a very murky, dirty lake. There isn't a ton.
But Bodhi has claimed that he loves dirty, mucky, disgusting
Which is
water.
true, but there isn't a lot of the variety of life that you normally find in those here. And so it loses some of its luster for you.
You're lying.
But
No, I'm not. I love murky water.
But after about 10 minutes or so down here, only about 4 of which was actual looking, you see a shape in the water ahead.
Man, a sheep.
And you see as it swims off, and the way the tentacles spread and kind of float in the water for a second. Dead giveaway. That is an octopus.
Hey man, are you friend-shaped for my friend Otto? God damn it. I'm gonna try to swim closer.
I honestly thought that was the octopus talking.
Yes. That's octopus.
That's how octopus sounds. But you start to follow the way that you saw it go, and you see it just kind of floating there like a gossamer. And as you approach, it notices you and darts off very fast. Not just a casual, oh, I'll leave this space if you're here. It flees from you.
Well, he's gonna go back to the top.
Did you look up before you did that? Or did you just...
Of course.
Damn it.
That's what you do, right?
I was about to have a really pissed off Bullywug, but instead you only get a slightly annoyed Bullywug as you pop up and a nearby lily pad with a Bullywug holding a bow.
I say, watch where you're going, good sir.
Could have knocked the wind out of your sails according to God, so, you know, you count yourself lucky. What?
And he, like, blusters for a second. He blusters for a second and then grabs a partially broken china glass and...
I love it.
And you make your way back towards your friends, where they stand on the shore of the lake.
So, bit of a problem. You got a way to get his attention. He's so hurt. Yeah, but I'm not judging about it.
Do you have any food?
Gromp just holds up the cattail.
I don't know what octopi eat.
Well, Robin told me that octopuses, they eat, they're like omnivores. They eat a lot of different things, but like they like fish or really, really complex puzzles. Like they love puzzles, but you can't eat a puzzle.
Well, the reason why I ask is because I found the creature in question, and it did in fact run from me like I was a villain. So, I don't speak that. So, Devon, do you want me to just dangle food like this? You think?
I mean, that might work.
Okay, I can do that.
You guys, I hate to say this,
What?
but you know who might have a good idea what to do? One of us who isn't here, and I feel like if I say her name, then I give her power over me or something like that.
Yeah.
Ah, you said it. That one. Ha! I got out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she probably have a couple plans actually. It's really unfortunate that she's currently among our ranks. Despite...
She is only literally standing like 60 feet away.
You want me to go get her?
I'm just gonna look over to the tree. Well, the tree's not on fire, so I guess they're okay over there. I'm pretty sure we can get.
If you look over there, Wraught is probably eyeing the box hungrily. Kai's in the tree, and Melon is underneath going like that.
Literally doing nothing.
You can, because of the fog, you can't make out the base of the tree, so you can't see Wraught. Short. You can see the top of Melon just going like this, and you can see Kieren up in the tree, like swatting their hand at something.
Yeah, it's not on fire, so I guess they're doing all right. But yeah, we can go get Wraught and see what she can come up
That's a
with.
great idea, Otto. That was not mine to ask
What's your
Wraught.
idea?
Nope, you're the one that said her name. I don't remember ever saying her name, so couldn't have
That
been
was
mine.
my idea.
Couldn't have been.
Please.
All right, I'm gonna go get Rod.
It could be your idea, Bodhi. We could be your wingmen. I don't have wings, but
The three of
Go
you
get Rod.
head back and just walk up this little mound of mud, and your other two friends come fully into view. And it is at right about that time that the camera just pulls over a little to caught eye up in the tree as the branch shifted under you. It wasn't a lot, and it stopped relatively quickly, but it was distinct.
I'm having a distinct flashback to, like, having to cling to a rock earlier. So I'm just gonna hold still for a minute, maybe, like, pet it a little bit, and be like, good treat, oh god. And do nothing for a moment, and maybe, does it settle down?
One of the pixies gets right next to your ear as you're doing this, and they just shout,
Get him, Barkless! Go on! Get him! They hit you! Didn't you feel it? Come on, get him! Get him! Get him!
Get him! Get him! Oh yeah, get him, Blacklist! Oh, you sound so great!
and flies
I'm gonna
off.
imitate everything they say now.
This one flies off in an absolute Tinkerbell level pixie rage.
If it settles down, he'll keep climbing.
It does.
And knowing that slapping it does something, he'll be very careful about not damaging the tree or doing anything with that.
You do manage to climb to the top and find a place to sit. And at about this time, you glance down and you see not only Melon and Wraught, but your other three companions who have now rejoined. And as the three of you, Gromp, Otto, and Bodhi, walk up, you just hear,
Oh god, they're multiplying!
Did you get it already?
We found him. What?
Yeah. You
But
lose
we're
sheepish, right,
Yeah.
Otto?
Yeah, we're gonna need your help, Rod. If you're not busy here.
And we can talk while you supervise whatever works.
Yes.
Basically,
Please take her. That way we don't have to smell her anymore. Please go, Rot.
Oh, please go, Rod!
Yeah, please go, Rot.
Oh yeah, it's original!
It's original.
it is absolute juvenile hour up here at the top of Big Barkless right now.
What is happening?
Can I take this moment? How big is the hole
Which hole?
that they were mainly coming out that's around my base level?
There are several different ones, and they are big knots.
Oh, I was just gonna stick my face in there and see what's going on.
And as you Pooh Bear style, just your head into the tree, you see there is you see there
I'm
is
just imagining
one
a lion face appearing in a beehive.
there is one pixie that is currently pushed up 8 inches away from the front.
God, your breath.
Here's Melon!
And Melon and Kieren, you are the ones who feel as the tree shifts. Kieren, you at the top of it have to grab on as the tree starts to shift.
Oh, you did it now.
The one that's inside the tree is just kind of pushed back, and it shifts. You
Am I
grab.
anywhere near the sap?
Yes.
Have I gotten the sap?
Make me a dexterity check to see how much of the sap you have gotten.
While she's doing that, because I'm like that, can I channel a divinity charm plant?
Yes. Yes, you can. I honestly don't know if I've ever seen Channel Divinity Charm plant used, so I have to look up the exact details, but let's
As an action,
do
I can
that.
use Channel Divinity.
I'll wait for my result until that.
And to charm for 1 minute each beast or plant creature you can see within plant creature.
Holy crap. Wisdom saving throw. So the Wiz save is the same as your normal spell save DC. So a 13. Okay.
It seemed topical.
I'm going to, because I can't roll this in front of you all, I'm going
believe
to...
whatever you roll.
Oh, I can't even roll it in D&D Beyond, annoyingly, because I don't have a character sheet to roll it on. So...
You have nice
Steal
dice.
dice
Just
from
roll 'em.
Lauren.
Yeah, use
All right,
nice
cool.
dice.
Two.
We trust you.
No. I mean, Lauren, I have dice. I'm saying I can't roll it in front of you all. So let me just do this. Lauren's wisdom saving, or Bodhi's wisdom saving throw, is a +2. It is not. So let's just roll this really quick.
Ooh.
So, it got a total of a 16. Because
Yeah,
its
but,
wisdom save is a 10. So, as you step back and you begin to cast this charm into the tree, we cut really quickly back up to Kieren. What did you get?
I rolled an 18 plus 4, 22.
The DC I set to have
Finally.
gathered a sufficient amount was 20. To see if you had already managed to scoop enough. So,
Five
yes.
shitty rolls and then the 6.
So, yes, you have scooped enough, you think. I mean, because you weren't exactly given a quantity by anyone. You weren't told a quantity, Kieran's, but you managed to take this jar and like just collect a huge amount, but it required getting a little messy. Like you had to take some of the
Kieren doesn't care about being messy. He could rub that shit on his face if he had to get more of it.
I'd eat it.
His fur's gonna hold on to it.
So as you have gathered enough, and as the tree begins to very clearly rock, and the branch that you're sitting on begins to go a little, not slack, but loses its static posture and begins
Melon,
to
throw
slope.
me, I'll get him.
I will jump off.
Could you make me
Itchy time.
your choice here? Either a dexterity saving throw or an athletics check, whichever is higher for Kieren.
I will be now and probably backing
19
off now.
plus 6, 5.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll be backing off and help catch.
Absolutely, though. And that, so with a 25, you feel the branch start to slope under you. You slide down it a little bit, your hooves scraping along because there is no bark. And as you get to the point, you jump off and you see becoming clearer and clearer through the fog as you drop down onto Melon and catch. And this happens just as the large barkless tree
Run, we're going, you're going, run.
uproots itself from the wet mud. The six of you begin, or I assume,
Corpses.
so the three of them, Kieren, Melon, and Wraught, just turned tail and fled. Bodhi, Otto, Gromp.
Kai's still being carried by Melon at this point, just like he's like still like Melon's best friend.
Into the lake! Into the lake!
I dropped you so I could pick up the corpses.
So, Otto,
to go.
Bodhi, what are you two doing?
So, weren't we standing at the tree waiting for... Looks at Otto. I'm not often left befuddled.
I don't know
The
what
three of us
happened.
jump in the lake.
Oh, we're gone.
As the three of them
You heard me screaming, run.
As the three of them jump in the lake, I am making an intelligence check for Gromp. And Bodhi, as you say, I'm not often left befuddled, and Otto, you just look befuddled. He grabs your shell, Bodhi, and like grabs onto the top of your clothes, Otto, and says,
Be befuddled later!
And follows behind and runs down and jumps into the water as well. As the six of you kind of like side stroke / backstroke, getting a little bit of distance into the lakes, but so you're able to see the tree still. You watch as it has fully uprooted itself, and you can still hear from this distance the high pitch. But the tree is moving at a pretty quick clip. It gets down to the water's edge, and stops. And you...
Bitch!
What?
You told me to be nice to plants, and plants wanted to kill me. As Kai's like doing a frog jump.
The bitch. The plant wanted to kill me first.
You just are able to hear from the shore's edge the frustrated remarks of the pixies.
Barkless! Go get them!
And it stays just where it is.
Some barkless balls!
And then just about a minute after it stopped there, and you all have just been shouting taunts, it begins to migrate back to where it was. And after about 3 minutes in total, because the rerouting itself process is a bit slow, it shifts its roots into the muddy earth and eventually goes still again.
Oh, thank God, because I'm getting tired holding this box above the water whilst trying to swim.
And Wraught?
I'd like to slowly rotate in the water using my wings as ballast because I can't swim until I'm facing Bodhi. What was that about being nice to plants?
I would like to be perfectly clear. In the little I know about this situation, that was clearly not plant-rooted, pardon the pun.
So what does it say in your little, wonderful, heartfelt, be nice to plant books about when they started?
This was pixie-related, to be clear. Okay,
so it's in the index in the other situations. And Kai's is still doing like the gentle like back frog stroke wherever, just like
I'm not mad.
If you say disappointed, I'm going to rip your throat out.
Well, I wasn't, but now I want to. But deadpans you. But what the fuck?
By the way, a little lily pad floats by. Good day.
Good day.
Wonderful day. Beautiful day. Lovely weather we're having. I'm nice to plants. Plants aren't nice to me. And I think that could be open day for setting them on fire.
I ripped out a cat tail, and it sounded like I ripped out an actual cat's tail.
how do you know what that sounds like?
That is actually a good question. I'm going
Later
back to
conversation.
shore.
Melon with his very short stub cat tail.
Yeah,
So did
it's
you guys get
short.
the ink?
Yeah, so, good segue there. And a great way to completely avoid talking about what happened, we'll circle back around. It's important to be open and honest with your teammates, my friend.
Be straight!
Anyway.
Is anyone here actually straight? And Kai's continuing to backstroke away from people.
I was not able to procure the ink in question because, and we came to get your assistance in kind of formulating a plan. I'm more like a do things guy, not a think of the things guy. So like, what would you do if you were under the murky water and the octopus was running away from you? Like you were a villain.
And she's gonna hold up her finger to Kieren because Kieran's chatty. Like she's actually gonna reach out and pinch his nose and his jaw shut. So you came to me to ask me what I would do.
Yep. I did in fact do that. I mean, we all did, technically, but yeah, I thought it would be... and he starts kind of like twiddling like a little vine that has come forward.
I slap Wraught's hand off my face and keep swimming.
Have we made it
So
back
you
to
need
shore?
my-
Hold on. There was a scene going on here. I want to keep honoring this scene. Bodhi, Wraught.
So what you're saying is you need my help.
Yeah, I think that you're really smart and you have a lot of really great ideas, and I think
Who
that...
else thinks I'm smart? And she's gonna look at Otto.
Otto's just laying there on a lily pad, having a good time.
Chilling.
Just chilling, thinking about what he did to be here in his life.
And from Gromp, all you hear as he's starting to splash his way to shore, as you say, anyone else think I'm smart?
No good, can't hear you.
Gets himself onto shore and does like a dog shake to get some of the hair, or some of the wet out of his hair.
So,
Bodhi,
what would you... What?
do you want my help?
Yes, very much.
Make Otto apologize to me.
You think I can make Otto apologize to you for talking about his feelings now? Right, that sounds like manipulation. Do you want to talk about it?
Did I ever say I wasn't manipulative?
No, and I kind of like it, but not right now. There's a time and a place for everything. And I don't think
Dear
that's...
Bodhi, and she's gonna kind of like float up to him, like pat his cheek really wetly. You heard how Melon... How do you think I would handle this whole situation if I wasn't already honoring all of your delicate feelings?
Well, I don't want to make assumptions, because I clearly don't know the story between the cover of this particular novel. But I know that I would like to, in time, but I just know I don't want to hit anyone else over the head with this particular book. You're the book, babe.
Otto, come here.
Yeah, right.
No, I said come here, not say yeah, Wraught.
Yeah. 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 Still
And how
floating.
much did you help with getting the octopus ink, Otto?
Well,
And Wraught
I
has like a weirdly long neck when she uses it. Like when she does that little chin thing, she's stretching it out, and she actually has like 1.5 foot long neck.
kind of cool. No, I came up with the plan of possibly giving it food to get it out, because octopuses can eat a lot of different things, or giving it a puzzle to solve, but mostly food. But I don't have anything, 'cause I don't have my bag.
Come in, pretty Otto.
What?
I said, tell me I'm pretty. Tell me I'm smart. Compliment me, Otto, and you have to mean it.
Well, Wraught, that's the thing. I always give you compliments. You just don't take them.
No, you just give me booze and assume I'll take it.
No, I'm always nice to you. But if this will help you feel better about yourself, sure, I'll do that. I think you're very pretty, you're very smart, you have a lot of cool magic that you're really good at, and your scales, although they're wet right now, are shimmering really nice in the sunlight. And
They are.
And honestly, I don't think you're mean all the time. I just think you're mean some of the times. But you really do have a big heart, and I wish sometimes you would just show it more often.
Do I see Kieren doing that over my shoulder?
And sometimes I think you're just mean for a or like a defense mechanism. I understand that. I mean, it's okay. But you don't have to have your guard up with us. We're your friends.
But we're here, as he looks at Otto, but we're here to help enable the healing process for you and make you feel loved and appreciated.
What healing process?
It's clearly a trauma response to lash out at others, and we can work through this together,
Not
man.
a trauma response when you look like prey.
Oh, denial.
I mean, I may look like prey, but you may look like prey to somebody else. There are bigger monsters and creatures out there that want to eat us, that can eat us. No matter what size you are, big, small, large, monstrosity, it doesn't matter.
Bodhi, we're leaving now. We're leaving now. And she's gonna grab onto like Bodhi's shell and like start smacking on his head to dive.
And as he gets Wraught secure behind him, he looks at Otto. I thought that was really well put, my friend. Great job.
Thanks, bud.
You did great, Otto.
And he sinks it in the water.
Great job, Kieren, for getting the sap too, by the way.
As they're all just floating there.
Did you?
Before we...
that was Otto saying that to Kieren, by the way. Just wanted to make sure you heard.
Yeah, I know. It's after Otto says that, Kieran's gonna kind of float a little bit closer to Otto, because they're all just still just laying there in the lake, and maybe even just like grab Melon along the way and kind of drag him up. I'm gonna be honest with you, Otto. I like you. I do. Maybe Wraught doesn't yet. Hell, I'm not even sure Melon does yet, other than seeing as tasty, and he's gonna like lean over and kind of like slap Melon on the face just a little bit. I don't hold it against her.
Can't think.
There's things that each of us kind of lack. At least the three of us. I know we don't look it, but we're family to each other. We kind of fulfill the things that each of us lack. Yeah, sometimes she lacks empathy. And, you know, some degree of kindness to people. But it's not her bad. She doesn't mean to. I got all of that. I'm the one that can look at somebody and go like, I want to be your friend because I just want to. And I didn't leave any for her. So the fact that she hasn't eaten any of us yet is her way of saying, I care. So I know she can be a bitch. And I know Melon here threatens to eat everybody in this party. And he's gonna reach over and like slap Melon in the face again. Just like pat pat.
As poor Melon is sitting there still like holding the thing.
You keep getting me here. I'm trying to get back to the show.
Stop slapping me!
At this point, he'd probably be like tapping his ankle or something as he's swimming back.
To leave.
But it's just the language that we know how to speak. So the fact that all of us are still here and still wanting to be with you guys, getting out of the Feywild, is showing that we do care. Hell, I didn't know you guys until like what? Oh, guys, 2 days ago? What? Maybe 2 days? Something like yesterday? God, I was at the bar yesterday. I was serving drinks to a chicken yesterday. And here I am laying in a lake surrounded by frogs and still being pleased by the company that I'm holding.
Well, thanks. You guys are kind of special. Not in a bad way. But, like, you work really well together. And it seems like there's a story there that I'd love to know later on, but...
You haven't unlocked her tragic backstory yet, sorry.
I mean, that's fine. Not every backstory has to be tragic, though.
Always
have a happy
tragic.
backstory.
Really quick, I am going to say, I'm going to ask for an Arcana or a Nature check from Otto. There is a 10% chance you succeed this, just to let you know what the DC is outright.
$23.
23.
That is a nat 20, by the way. Nature.
Nature, okay.
Sorry, let me specify nature.
There is something that's kind of scratching at the back of your mind in this conversation with Kieren. You haven't put all of the pieces together yet. You're not even fully sure what it is that is itching back here. You feel like you need a little bit more downtime to really think about it. But this conversation with Kieren about each of them getting something that the other didn't. And as you glance at Melon as he swims away, this Leonin, and you glance at Wraught, this dragonborn riding atop a turtle, and you look to Kieren just kind of lazily backstroking near you. There's something there. But you need a little bit of downtime to think about it. And right now there's too much else that your brain has to process to focus on that puzzle. But you just kind of file that away to tinker with mentally later.
I'm happy that we're friends, Kieren.
You know what? Me too. What's Rotten Bodhi doing?
It's a good question. Rotten Bodhi, what are you doing?
We're sinking, we're sinking!
I'm going to establish a mental connection with Bodhi with my telepathy. So that he knows, because I can't hold my breath as long as a turtle, when I need air.
Okay.
Which is quite often, because I'm a skinny twink.
Yeah. Here is us, a team, looking for the octopus.
Could
buoying up.
It could
to give
be
Wraught air.
Two of you each make me investigation checks. It is a finite lake. You will inevitably, eventually come across this thing. The question is, when?
Dirty 20.
And Bodhi?
Yeah,
I
I
have
just
a
got
monocle that lets me see through darkness.
20.
Dang.
Oh, that's awesome.
So 2 20s.
Monocle.
Doesn't take you long working together.
Bitchin'.
In fact, though the going is a little bit slower by having to do like this sine curve style of swimming, essentially, to give Wraught air, you, through your telepathic connection, spot it actually within, like, before that conversation with Kieren is over. You spot it. And the two of you see it on probably like your 5th descent. Excuse me. And it is off at about the limit of your dark vision, Wraught. You can see it. Just this...
I am honestly not sure what the dark vision the monocle gives me.
Just the ghostly shape of this octopus. And the range is 60 feet.
Bodhi pulls his hand into his shell and he pulls out, like, an apple.
No, put that back. This is all telepathic, I'm assuming, or underwater. Bodhi, I need you to get me quietly within about 30 feet of it, and I'm pretty sure I can get you as much ink as you want.
Bodhi, could you make me a stealth check? While you do that, Melon, you have been swimming to the shore. Gromp is already there. 2 of your compatriots, Kieren and Otto, are about 30 feet into the water, while at this exact instant, you don't have eyes on Bodhi and Wraught.
I believe in them.
Okay.
3.
Oh, God. Is there anything you're wanting to do while, now that you're over on the shoreline?
Can I realize that Bodhi is being a
Hold
dipshit
on.
and kick off him?
We will jump back over to you with the result in a second. want to hear what Melon is up to first.
No, I mean, I was probably just going to go over to the shore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked Gromp if he wanted another mushroom.
Not gonna lie to you, I'm a little burned by the other, but you feel free.
Oh, it was funny when you did it, though.
I mean,
Yes, it was. Not to mention I'm beginning to kind of like this whole respect your elders thing. Has its advantages. I'm sure if we come across a restaurant, maybe I can get a discount. Or like at the matinee plays, maybe I can get in for free. It's just good for me to get out of the house every now and then. It's not like my grandkids are writing me or, messaging or sending me. I never hear from them.
Do you have grandkids? House, what is a grandkid?
I would have grandkids if I'm getting too deep into this role. I'm losing sight of myself a little bit. I'm beginning to forget where the character ends and I begin. Method act like I'm worried I'll never come out. No, I'm fine. I'm not old. I'm fine. I don't need another mushroom.
Is there anything else you are wanting to do on the shore?
I'm trying to rationalize what old would mean.
What old would mean?
Yeah, to me, that's like, what would old?
That is an interesting question. But as you're sitting there and kind of thinking about what it means to be old, which is a thought that in your past life you never really thought about.
Also, can we just take a moment to thank the other new raiders?
Welcome, Raiders. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here. Always. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is Wraught around right now as a player?
Should be 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Oh, wow. That was
Just
actually
a click of her
that was
boobs,
accurate.
and then she was there.
That was accurate. Yeah, the background did funny things too. But so
Loved it.
Wraught
I said,
and
welcome
Bodhi.
to ladyproblems.com.
Bodhi, you are not being quiet here under the water at this instant. Maybe if you weren't also like trying to be aware of Wraught's need for air.
Yeah, but at the same time, we are communicating telepathically.
You are. And so, because you
but
said...
I rolled a 5, so I'm struggling the shit out of this.
Because you said, can you notice that Bodhi is not moving quietly and try to, like, propel off and do it yourself? I will give you also the opportunity to make the stealth check. But it won't be an advantage.
I have this. I can either be quiet or I can be fast. I just need to be
What
within 30
technique
feet.
do you want to go with?
If I was fast, what would the stat be? And if I was quiet, what would the stat be?
If you were just trying to, like, move towards as quickly as possible, that would probably be an athletics check to see how quickly you can swim, unless you have a magical means of propelling yourself faster.
I can't actually swim. I can't swim.
Then it would be a higher athletics check to propel yourself off of Bodhi's shell the sufficient distance at sufficient speed. Or you can stealth, which, if you can't swim, will be hard.
Ooh, Lord. The thing is, I have established she cannot swim. So the best thing she can do is probably use her wings. She's going to try to shoot them out in front of her and then use them as the biggest whale blast she can possibly get to rocket forward.
Okay, so I am going to ask for an athletics check. This is...
With the goal of, when she gets there, casting cantrips.
What cantrip? Oh, we'll deal with that after we see what you roll.
My rock dice.
Yep. Give me that. Give me the athletics check. Oh dear.
Sarah, would you please come around and look at my dice?
Do we get a nat 20?
Nope.
Or a nat 1? It's one of the two.
It's a natural something.
Oh, well, it's definitely a natural something.
It is a natural.
So what is your total?
Technically, because I have a -2, it's an 18 on a natural 20.
Okay.
Does anybody want to give me
Okay.
a luck? No, I'll give myself all my luck points. I've got 4, which can make it a 22.
Okay. So,
Don't give me luck points, I'll do
You-
it myself.
bend your little legs and use your wings to propel off of Bodhi. And I'm actually, like, that you do so with such force that Bodhi, you kind of flail for a second underwater in
She
response.
doesn't use her wings that you've seen except to walk. It's kind of weird little crab walk. She's never used them to fly before.
So, as the camera and action slows slightly and you start to propel towards this thing, you watch as the octopus again slowly starts to begin to prepare to push itself away. What spell are you wanting to cast? Before you answer, I have to give you a piece of information. 1, fire does less damage underwater. 2, you have a finite amount of oxygen underwater, and that is and all of your oxygen supply is used if you cast a spell with verbal components. So you can cast one spell with verbal components.
My sorcerer points to not use verbal components.
Okay.
Subtle spell.
Okay. Great solution. Now, what spell?
And now, for assuming that this was just my movement.
Mm-hmm. And bonus action for subtle spell.
Okay. Lord. I think my choice
Actually,
is
that's not.
gonna be Mage Hand, weirdly enough. To cast it ahead of me and squeeze the octopus like a cow getting milked.
Oh, first of all, second of all, I was wrong. Subtle spell doesn't take your bonus action, so you still have that too. So
Oh, thank God, because I was going to have it. If that didn't work, I was going to use another cantrip because I can't cast 2 spells, but I can cast 2 cantrips. Minor Illusion to cast a barracuda spell coming straight at it with its jaws open and needle teeth.
Okay, so
that it might use its ink cloud to get away from the barracuda if my mage hand doesn't milk fucking ink out of it.
again with the milking. So both of those are action spells. So I need you to pick which you use because I don't think you have Quicken spell. Those are both very intriguing and cool options. So I need you to pick which.
I'm gonna squeeze out the ink.
You're just doing that so that you can give the description of milking the
I
octopus
really
and you
want
know
the
it.
ink.
She's about.
I can describe it more if you want.
Hold
It has
on.
10 pounds of force to squeeze ink out of an octopus.
Hold on before you do. All right,
It's the
so
soundbite.
30
Goddamn.
feet range. So you, with that nat 20 and your luck points, you manage to propel yourself forward. You use your sorcery points to take away the verbal components of Mage Hand, only requiring the somatic, and you cast it. So before we narrate what happens here, the way this is going to work is an opposed grapple check with your Mage Hand. I am going to say that you can use your spellcasting modifier instead of your strength modifier for athletics. So instead of a -2, you would have a +3 for your check. So let me grab... There it is. Now
I'm
it...
gonna squeeze the puss, guys.
God.
Yeah, clip that, Ethan.
I will.
What is the somatic? What are the somatic components then? What's the somatic?
Can we
movement?
not? Please, God. Please, God.
It's me reaching forward with my claws and going.
I'm gonna increase the DC, I swear to God. Alright, so on
And do
that.
I see this?
Sorry,
just kidding.
let's see what
It's
you
muddy
see.
water, you bitch.
Let's see what you see. What did you get on that check, Wraught?
$17.
Is
But
that-
now with that look, I
as-
want to add all of my luck points.
You already did.
I'm gonna make it. What?
You already did. You
I
used your
haven't used
4.
any of them.
You used your 4 on your
you
athletics.
I had used 4. I had 5. I can add 1 more.
Because
for
it took you
15.
from an 18 to a 22. So adding
You're right.
1.
You're right. I have
that takes
1
you to
more.
an
I can make
18.
it a 15.
Does anyone
Right.
want to add any?
Joe, can I channel some of my luck to you?
I am going to say that at this instant, I want to ask Bodhi first, since Bodhi's the one who can see this.
Yes.
Do you want to use any of your luck points?
Yes, I can use 2.
2. 2, as in, use 2 to give an extra +1?
Yeah, I only have 3,
Wonderful.
so I can only give that many to impact, I guess. Because I can't get an extra for my 1, right?
No.
Oh,
So-
bummer.
Given that that was the exact amount needed to do this, Bodhi, I would first love you to describe how you assist, and then Wraught, I would love you to tell us what your mage hand looks like. Not what it's doing! Just what the mage hand itself looks like. But Bodhi first.
So I guess I see you, I feel you propel off of me, towards the octopus, and so I figure, she's got a plan. I don't know what it is. I'm supposed to facilitate, so I'm like, what the fuck can I do? Okay. I will keep the water moving.
So you
You're
just
gonna flail the water towards her.
basically you just provide like a little extra push, which she was just
Yeah.
she didn't know it
Yeah.
because perception
Can't
of distance underwater is tough. She was just that much shy of being within range, so you provide just the extra little bit for the mage hand to be within range. So that said, Wraught, what does your mage hand look like?
I think she's used Mage Hand before, but nobody's ever necessarily noticed what she's done
Mm-hmm.
with it, because it's trip people at the carnival or whatever. But in this one, I think Bodhi does see what it is shooting out underwater. It comes like all the way like it's being ripped from her core up her arm, and she shoots it out. And when it hits the octopus, you see it's like Melon's paw reaching out. It's a giant golden clawed lion hand that reaches out to grasp this octopus like right under its eyes and almost tries to hold it in place, but it's not strong enough because it can only hold 10 pounds of force.
So, as this, translucent lion's paw grabs the octopus and does, exert 10 pounds of force, which, octopi are pretty squishy. So the head or the top of it kind of collapses for a second with the force of it, and then the octopus starts to flail all of its legs underwater, and it breaks the grip of the mage hand, but not before, in its panic, letting off this huge cloud of black ink and takes off. Wraught?
As I keep getting beat, like from that giant push, propelling myself forward, I think she hits the ink. I'd like to let out all the air in my lungs and suck as much of it in as I can.
God! Okay. So as Wraught
You quitter.
does this, and with the momentum underwater still continues to float into the cloud of ink, and just you begin to drown yourself in ink as the rest of you who are either at the top of the water or on the lake's shore see, even though the water is murky, you do see a little bit of chaos, a little bit of activity happening under the surface relatively nearby, followed by a dark cloud forming in this section of water and a burst of air bubbles following behind as Wraught emerges out, but is currently looks really a little terrified at this exact instant because you are drowning and your lungs are full of water and ink. As Wraught emerges, the four others of you see this. Bodhi, you see it from underwater. Well, actually, you don't. You saw the cloud of ink. You don't see what's happening to Wraught. But
when I see the ink, I would totally rock it up.
So as the two of you break the water surface, one of you... That's where we'll pick up next time. Nothing like... Not a cliffhanger, but a suffocation hanger, I guess.
All I can hear is...
I am motivated!
All I can hear is Wraught going, prestidigitation. As she's dying.
Well, dang, y'all. You managed to get the sap, avoiding a fight for the most part. You managed to think up a little creative gap in the Fae contract, and, as far as it seems, managed to at least get part of, currently, the squid ink. Well done. He
wants more ink in it himself.
You guys accomplished a lot. You had great, deep moments. Great session, everyone.
He didn't say how much ink he wanted. Here's a drop of it.
Here, you get one lungful of ink. That should be sufficient, I think.
Yeah.
Well, great session, everybody. Thank you so much for playing this game with me. I love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much. And to everyone here on the stream, first of all, thank you for being here. Raiders, thank you so much for joining us, for joining this story. If you want to catch up on any of the past episodes so that you understand what's happening, I think the first 7 or 8 episodes are currently on my and Lauren's YouTube, Thousand Faces Cosplay. You can catch up there. Also hoping to eventually extract the audio so we can do it as a podcast for people as well. But if you want to catch up on the first leg of this journey with the Wylde Things, go check out the YouTube channel. Before you go anywhere...
I think we're funny now. You should see what we were then.
It's chaos. But before you go anywhere, please, even if you're planning on signing off Twitch for the evening, please hold on so that we can raid someone and share the love, because that's what this community is all about. But before I go, I'm going to pass it over to my wonderful players here. Anyone have any announcements or any cons or anything big going on that you want to talk about? Any cosplays
the
or
more
anything?
the more you like make clips, the more likely it is that I will live through this.
I did not endorse that, so I can't back that up. But if it makes Wraught feel better, I should do it.
I'm in DC next week, so if there's any other museums that people want me to go see, let me know.
Any others? Anyone? Or I know, Mav, you've been streaming on DigiClubhousetv. I'm just going to do this while Mav dies. Mav over there has on DigiClubhousetv has been streaming Helldivers 2 along with a bunch of other goodies. So go check him out and his Twitch.
Yeah, on Digitalclubhousetv here on Twitch. Let's go, baby.
Man, fucking nothing that in comparison. I installed a sink today. That's it.
Good job.
It's beautiful, to be fair.
Today.
It looks great.
Oh, good job.
Good luck finding me on social media.
I envy that sometimes.
I'm there, but you're going to have to look.
I worked for the NSA. You will find shit.
Oh.
And
government stooge.
And Joe just pulled some awesome dice, so be sure to check those out as well.
I'm posting new ones tonight.
We love your dice, Joe.
Also check out Misty Mountain dice. They make really good dice, so definitely check those out. And before we start a raid, Lauren and I also are playing every other Tuesday on Identico's stream. So go check them out. We've also got a one-shot that turned into a three-shot of Oops All Kobolds on our Twitch channel, Thousand Faces TTRPG, that stars Lauren and Mav, along with 3 other of our friends as Chaos Kobold crew.
Sally Quinn.
Sally Quinn is one of the players, yes, along with Mithril Cosplays and It's Anna Margaret. So
Mr. Cosplay.
please give Thousand Faces TTRPG a follow so that you get the announcements when we're going to be doing that.
Super cool.
And all of that. Those are also on YouTube
And
if you want to watch.
Ethan, can you give us a goodbye flex?
I'll give you one luck point for the end of this session.
Show us
Melon.
your tits.
One luck point for the end of the session. Stupid human tricks. Anyway, friends, we appreciate each and every single one of you. Please don't go anywhere so that we can pass the love on to another wonderful Twitch channel. But until we see you next time, do something good for yourselves. You're worth it. We appreciate you. Hydrate and